Everyone, it's Nicole. I thought I'd do this a little different this time. This is an organize with me, and usually I do the whole thing that is a voiceover, and I thought, you know what, today we'll just do a few minutes that is real time. So one of the things that I've been wanting to do, and I have one stack left to do, that's it, is to pick out some cardstock and put them. I have like a file folder holder thing that I use for my digital files at one point for the file folders, and I don't use them anymore. And I was like, should I get rid of those or not? And then I decided not to. And I'm glad I didn't, because these are going to fit perfectly. I think, yeah, I have about 1.5 slots left open. So I'm hoping that this will fit what is left. I had one container left on my IKEA shelf that I needed to do. And then I'm done, right? I've gone through all the 8.5 by 11. And I used to do, like, maybe your question is like, why do you have so many 8.5 by 11 when you don't do cards? Well, I used to do cards, and I used to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So I have a lot of 8.5 by 11. And I need to use it. Like, at first I thought, well, maybe I should just get rid of it, you know? And I'm like, it's perfectly good cardstock. And these are perfect for matting, you know, photos. Is that the same? No. Matting photos during a layout, like when I'm making a layout, instead of cutting into a 12 by 12, which I have a lot of 12 by 12 too, but these need to be used up. So then they were taking a lot of real estate, if you will, along my shelf, I guess, back there, and it's all recollection containers. And when I was cleaning up my room, can you believe that this has been going on since, I think it was April or May. So I've been cleaning this room for 7 months. 7 months. Now, I think I did 10 where I cleaned. 10 weeks. And then now I'm on, I don't know, organized 22 or something. Crazy. But I knew that the organizing was going to take long. It's something that I've wanted to do since we moved in here, because, you know, like, you're almost in a panic mode when you move, right? Because you have like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of boxes to unpack. So as soon as Dave built all my recollection containers, which we had a lot, I counted them one time, and it was like over 100 of the squares. And then plus everything else, you know. I had bought a bunch of stuff from IKEA. Ever since I moved in here, I've switch some stuff around. Like, if you go back and look at my scrapbook room tour and what it's like now, it's a lot of it is the same, but a lot of it has changed too. Now, I used to get a lot of cardstock from Paper Tray Ink, and this is what these are. And it's high time I use them, right? And I'll tell you that ever since I did this, when I'm making page kits, yes, I look for my scraps first, because that's number one. Remember when I separated all those, and I've gone one even further where I put the similar colors together, because I do have more than one color in a package. And some people asked, why didn't I put like only red and only blue? Because I'm running out of those, what are they called? These things. The plastic, you know, baggies or whatever. I'm running out of those. I'm pretty sure I have some in a box downstairs. And I keep saying that, I'm going to go find them. But, oh, is that the same color? That's the same color. So I don't need to open that. Well, I kind of technically did, but I'm not going to finish. I don't need to keep going. And this way, I only put 3 or 4 colors in each, so it's fine. Now this, where it has multiple color, I'm putting the whole thing on that little shelf. I did that with a few of them, and I love it. I love, you know, using up those packages. Now, when I'm making page kits now, or when I'm working on my December daily, or whatever I'm using, I go there first. And when they were on the shelf, even when they were, you know, where they were originally were, where my layouts are now, for me to go around the desk, I just never did. I would just go and grab a 12 by 12 or use scraps, you know, or I go, that's close enough kind of thing. And ever since I started, you know, using this method, I am using my 8.5 by 11 cardstock so much more, and it's awesome. Now what I'm going to do is, once I finish doing this, I do kind of try to put the greens together, the orange together, the pinks together, and then when I put them over there, I try to go as close as possible. Now that's probably going to be an organize, you know, with me at some point, is just to go through that and put the blues together, put the greens together, put, you know, all that good stuff. Ooh, I love these colors, and I thought I was out of that. So that's another thing. With all this organizing that I'm doing, I am finding products that I'm like, oh, I didn't think I had. And literally, I didn't think I had any of that minty color left. Yes, it's not 12 by 12, but a lot of times I want it for a mat. You know what? I'm going to put like 6 in there. And when I put it back, I'm going to make sure that it's on top, because that is a color that I use all the time. You know, there's some colors you just use over and over and over again, and that is definitely one of those colors. And I love that I just found a whole stack of them. Now, I'm thinking this is probably from Stampin' Up, but is that mint macaroon or something? I don't know. But I have almost, do I have this out already? If I do, I'm not even going to bother. I think that's it. No. I was going to say I'm not even going to bother opening that. Let's see if there's any here of that color. Because there's no sense opening a brand new package if I already got some in here. I don't. Okay. Oh, what's over here? I'm going to stop looking because I'm probably wasting more time looking to see. Now, you know, this is all things that if I one day said, oh, I'm going to do all my 8.5 by 11 cardstock, it probably wouldn't happen for another 2 years because it's overwhelming to think, oh, I got to take all of my cardstock out, separate them all. That's, you know, like probably an hour and a half of time. And I have so much other stuff to do, like just so much other stuff, right? The piles and the list just keeps on growing, right? Every day I'm like, oh, look, this is another package. It's a basil monochromatic package, so let's go. I'm going to use that. Oh, these are all different colors. You know what? In it goes. In it goes. I love this cardstock. I don't even know who it's by, but see how it's two-tone? So I'm just going to put the whole shebang in there. And now we'll start on the last pile, which that's quite exciting. And I think this one here has more like full packages like this. So hopefully it goes a little faster. As I say that, I pull just like single sheets. But I think most of them are bigger package, so it should go a little faster. But anyway, so yes, you know, it would take me hours and hours and hours to do, maybe probably an hour and a half, right? Oh, and I knew that was there because when I saw the package there, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to put it in, whatever. I knew it was going to take me, you know, probably close to 2 hours. And that just sounds like way too long. But the way I did it, there was it 3 or 4 spots that had 8.5 by 11 cardstock. 3 or 4. This is Marina Mist by Stampin' Up. I don't know if they still have this, but I love it. This is, I'm just naming the ones that I really like, and I'm like, okay, maybe I need to get some more of that stuff. I mean, not right now, obviously, because I have so much cardstock. One thing that I had to kind of let go is finding that perfect shade. You know what I'm saying? How many times do we go through stuff and it's like, oh, bordering blue. I know I already did that. That's a brand new one, which I'm glad because that's one of the ones I was like, I wonder if I should order, you know, another one. No, you don't need to because you have half a package over there and then a brand new one here. That is pretty much a full package. It's just out of the plastic. And then, ooh, this is pretty. Oh, here's another pretty hefty one here. It's like purple. So we'll take those and then two of those, put the rest away. And this is the same. This is not the same. It's a lot. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot of stuff. But like I said, I've been using quite a bit of it. So probably maybe the next organize with me, I'll do, you know, organizing that file folder thing with all the cardstock. I don't think it'll take me long because I'm not going to look for the shades to put together. That I don't care. But I want the orange together. I want the yellows together, the pinks together, you know, so on and so forth. And another thing I wanted to mention was, since I started this past Monday, today's Thursday? I don't even know what day we are. Yeah, Thursday, because I'm having a live in a little bit. I thought I would do this before. And this past Monday was the first Monday that I didn't have a live, or not a live, a video to upload. Because last week was absolutely insane. Like usually, because my weeks are so busy now, I try to film on the weekends. And this last weekend, we had so much hockey stuff. It was redonky-donk, you know? Oh, these are all those double-sided. I'm just going to grab a handful, throw it in there, put the rest away because it's just too many. Yeah, so it was so busy. Like Sunday, yes. We left the house at 10:30 in the morning and we never got home till 8. And that was like from one thing to the other to the other. Like he had a practice and then he had the World Juniors. It was Slovakia versus Germany. And we went as a team. So all the kids from the team pretty much all there. There was only a couple kids that didn't come. So it was awesome. They had fun. But then we left there, and then they had a hockey game at 5:30, so 6:30, and then, but by the time they get undressed and everything, and then we drove home, it was like 7:30 because it's almost 45 minutes away from where we are. So it was exhausting. And then Monday starts. Oh, that's another one of those packages. And then Monday start, and I have the baby. So it's not as if like I could like sleep in Monday morning. No. Oh, and then remember, I'm helping the team with fundraiser and the wax. Well, that ended on Monday. Thankfully, I'm one that is very organized. So I had been kind of guesstimating on, this much. So as the things were coming in, I was filling them up right away. Like, I think there's only 6 left to do. I have 2 downstairs. I've kind of separated them. I just have their order, and then what I do is I kind of write on it, right? And I'm bringing that tonight, and there's like 4 people that are, maybe 5 people that still haven't given their order. So I'm like, okay, gotta get that done because I have other stuff to do. And I'm running low, because I didn't want to make 100 of each, right? Because that's just, one, is taking a lot of my time, and 2, I don't want to waste it, So, is that green, blue? I'll put it with blue. So there are some flavors I'm kind of running low on, and I'm like, okay, should I make some more of those? I don't know. I might make like maybe 4 or 8 of those flavors that I'm really running low. I think there's only one. There's only one that I'm really running low. So I think I have 2 left. So that's pretty low. Maybe I'll just do 4. But it's the 19th today, so I need those so that, they told people they would get them before Christmas, but I need to have them to fulfill them. And again, I don't want to do a whole bunch if I don't have to, because it's just wasting, right? Just wasting. And my time. I have so much other stuff to do, right? So I'll send a message out today to please, because I have so much cooking to do. Oh my gosh. I did a little bit this week. I think I did 3 desserts. 3 desserts. And yeah, that's it. I did 3 desserts, and I got a whole bunch more to do, so I need to get on that train and just get that done. Is there orange in there? Yeah, orange needs to go here. So this is what I like to do. So even before I put it on there, each batch was separated, if you know what I mean. Like each batch was separated, but it's just when I get there, then it's harder to put them together. Okay, so we'll bring you over there and we'll put them away. Now I have to tell you, this feels so good that project is done. Now, it took me 3 weeks, but now it's done. And I thought maybe I was going to need to kind of organize this. I may still do that, but I pretty much have the yellow together, the orange together. There might be a little bit of overlap, but at this point, I think I can leave it alone for a few weeks and actually work on something else. And then maybe revisit this, in a few months or in a few weeks if I find that this is bothering me. Now, it was getting a little full, and it's because there's less stuff at the beginning and more stuff at the end, but I just kind of shuffle things around and it's perfect. Those 3 drawers right there all fit, with a couple of sheets from every color, all fit in that file folder thingamajig. And I am so happy. Now I don't have to go to where, my 8.5 by 11 is and figure out, what I need to pull out to get a color. I can just go to that file folder system that's on my table and I can go with it. Now the next project, and the only project that we're going to take care of today, is I showed you where those drawers sat in my shelf. It's actually sort of across the room from where I'm standing. And it's where a lot of my mixed media stuff is. And I have to say, a lot of the stuff are kind of put in the same drawer, but at least I kind of like take things out, like those 2 pens that I showed you. I think they're like almost like fabric paint or whatever. That I did put somewhere else. But then I ended up putting like all my watercolor sets together, and I put my watercolor empty set in there. And then I had some brusho, and I think they're like kind of watercolor. I really, to tell you the truth, don't remember. I didn't even remember I had those. And this is where this is good. If anything, like, yes, my drawers now are nice and, tidy and everything, but I'm finding so much stuff that I'm like, I didn't remember having that. And then I had some distress markers in some of these drawers, and I'm like, I have a specific place where I keep my distress markers. So I went and I put those there. And then I end up putting my gelatos all in one spot. And then I decide to put all my brushes. I do have like a bag that I keep all of that in, and I like to know if I need a brush or some kind of mixed media thing, it's in that bag. So I put the rest of them in there, and then I'm going to keep bringing in the drawers, and I'm going to separate everything. And I'm like, oh yeah, I have those watercolor pencils. Totally forgot about them. They're from Prima. There's some that are like flesh, like skin color. Some are like hair color. And then, I have brights and all this stuff. I'm like, I got to use that. So now I got to make a plan to use those. I have these markers that I'm like, hey, I got to use these markers too. They're aqua markers. And they were kind of like side to side and they were all over the place. So I decided to put my watercolor pencils to one side and then put all the markers there, and then some watercolor pencils in the back. I have this bag of, I call it the bag of tricks, but it's like different textures. And every time, I do some kind of mixed media, I like to go get that. But it was always like stuffed, I would open the drawer and kind of stuff it in. And now I found a spot for it and it's nice and neat in there. I had that watercolor palette. It just didn't fit right in any of those drawers, so I put it under my sink. I have these jelly plates, and now I'm going to have them all neatly in this container. I had some watercolor paper. I'm going to put those with the watercolors, and then I kind of move the texture one bag to the other drawer. And then the last drawer I'm going to tackle, it has, do you see all those jars in the back? They're all texture paste, and they were not recoverable. Like, it didn't matter how much water I would put into that. It was cement. So you know what? I threw them all out, and I've learned my lesson. I don't buy a whole bunch of texture paste now. I'll buy like one, and I buy white, and I color it myself. But I have these aqua hues. And when I opened it, it was all hard, and I was like, oh no, not that too. And then something told me, no, look at the cover. And these here, they come like that. They're dry, and you add water and they become watercolors. So I'm like, whew, these are all good. And they're all basically the same thing. Some of them are powders. Some of them are the same thing, but just from a different company. And then I have some Inca Gold in there too. And that too, you know, you just have to kind of rub your finger on it and use it again. And I'm just kind of dividing it by company. I'm flipping them over so now I can actually see the colors and it's not a big mess. So even though a lot of things, you know, kind of stay in the same drawer, I've put them in a way that now when I open the drawer, I can actually see them. And I want to show you, I added some labels to all those drawers and now everything is all organized. And that's it. And that's going to complete this video. And I just want to wish you happy holidays and Merry Christmas. And we will see you very soon. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. If you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.